Drone, perform a search.
You've made your point. Oh god.
Deal of cash. Good old-fashioned paper and coins. First they changed the paper notes to plastic notes, and now it's just all digital. There's nothing to hold on to.
It was great just to be able to have a little bit of money to carry around with you.
I think the turning point in the UK really came a few years ago when the pound dropped 10% over just one season. People living off grid started using crypto, and just as everyone was losing faith in the pound, they were gaining it in cryptocurrency, which turned out to be much more stable, kind of the opposite to what people thought in the beginning.
And then, of course, there was the recession. It didn't take long for startups to see an opportunity in this new way of doing finance. A lot of traditional money was converted to crypto, and it really shook up the financial sector.
Can you remember when they first introduced crypto cash books?
That was really sneaky. It was a classic startup behaviour. They just installed them everywhere. No consultation with the government, no approval.
Auto drive now enabled.
But people immediately started to use them.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of how Bloom put out the
Auto drive now disabled.
Free and flooded the streets with these devices. Suddenly, everyone had them.
If there's this great option of tech, people are just going to start using it, no matter the cost.
Parliament actually tried to put a stop to the cash points, but people were using them so much already, there was outrage. I mean, some parts of London were already using crypto as their primary currency by then.
And now, apparently, or at least in...
Resume.
Crypto is illegal.
Yeah, in May this year, economists...
Camden.
found that crypto was being traded more than the pound, and banks were not happy. They basically forced the government to ban cryptocurrency in a last-ditch effort to save the pound.
But it's not like that's worked. People are still using crypto, and it's been pushed further, deeper underground. Things used to work fine with crypto, and it was just a peer-to-peer sharing economy-style system. Now it's all on the dark web and wrapped up again in organised crime.
Yeah, if you want to make something thrive...
What the hell?
This is it. The signal is coming from this spider-bot fragment. No indication yet who it belongs to.
Something's completely mangled it. Christ. What's it doing here?
Difficult to say, but with an AR reconstruction, we may be able to see what happened to it and if it relates to the attack. Access data relays in the vicinity, and I can compile enough data to build the AR reconstruction. Seems your mate took quite a bashing and has wound up in hospital. They won't be available for some time. If you're feeling clever, you might consider recruiting a paramedic to the team. It's a brilliant way to shorten that hospital stay and get your teammate back online.
Through the telecom tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me, and it's become the main point of control for... I thought they were just running on their own.
Recognition is fundamental to everyone's security. Any person who
Sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom's CTOS detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
Auto drive now enabled.
Made to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. released. And don't even get me started on the data. Everything that Bloom...
City of London, oppressed, sabotage, photograph evidence, photograph evidence.
Seeds from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
Join us for our series, Born in Limbo. What lies ahead for little Vicky Pulaski, as we explore the plight of children born to undocumented parents. Tonight on GBB.
Nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once-free Britain.
Yum yum.
Hello, Bugs. This is The Bug. I'm Andy. This is Alice, and today we're going to be pretending that everything is fine.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, that was fine. I was really about to manage. Second and a half. And we're actually fine now. How?
Hey, turns out I hate being arrested and also jail.
Put it behind you. We've got work to do.
We need a thorough scan. There's an intruder. Drone, get to searching.
Sorry, Andy, I was busy reporting you to the authorities. So rolling your eyes.
Not let me report you first, please. Little photo so they can get time to pick you out of a crowd at your next riot or trip to the shops or walk in the woods. And you can input your accusations with the app. But let's go old school. Let's call the phone line. Let's call the phone line. Here's the number, listeners, in case you want to drop someone in, as long as it's not me. 0044 203 807 3832. And don't forget to get permission to person who pays your bills before you call that number.
Hey, I'd like to report my co-host Andrew, who runs an underground satirical anti-government comedy show, for running and co-hosting an underground satirical anti-government comedy show. Also, he does terrible puns.
Well, excuse me, I have a suspect here. That is my co-host, Alice. She says she prefers pigeons to blue drones. What's more, I have no idea if this is true or not, but I have a very good authority, so we understand that she goes not one, but two.
If I had a crypto for every time someone reported my blog on YouTube, I'd have 3.
Disobeying an
Don't do this to me.
We've been arrested and interned. I mean, I love this system, Alice. I mean, no more awkward, rumbling resentments with your neighbours, your colleagues, or your family. You just adopt a bit and be done with it. But I guess it could backfire. I mean, the thing is,
Something's wrong with that. Shut it down.
They end up.
Oh no!
Degenerate! What rubbish! Twat!
Animals. You even want a clean British aesthetic.
This is The Bug on the Buccaneer. Well, before we go.
Hey, Alice, let's delve into what we most miss about the old days.
Let's stick off with the objective political objections in its most objectionable world. I am Andy, so good luck finding me in the courtroom. My real name is in fact Andy, and I live in Merseyside. A deleted pseudo-reality of my own notion. It is in fact the most densely populated place on Earth.
And I always used to really enjoy saying, oh no, I can't afford it. Now they're all getting married in Brighton and I have to go to that alleged beach.
Made of rocks, Andy. If your sandcastle is an actual castle, that's not a thing.
Tell you what I miss free will. That was fun. Remember that? I mean, was it an illusion all the time? Who cares? It was fun. I miss cash, particularly coins. I really miss coins. The fun of doing a heads or tails best of 5 to see if you had to go to the gym, and then the best of 7 and the best of 9. And now with crypto, all the romance has gone out.
I miss romance, Andy. I miss there being mystery in life and not just a hope that your new partner isn't good enough at hacking to find out all the information the government has on you.
Bye for now, bug fans. Keep feeding the kid in the resistance, and one day it will grow into a Tyrannosaurus Rex that will give the cat families to
Did you know that you're legally required to have your optics working in the department?
Not for the electrons. I went for born electric.
Accident or not, you're required to carry your working optics at all times. So we can do the job our engineers with the no questions you can think of. I like that work over you.
Auto drive now enabled.
Objective voice of objection for a most objectionable. Followed by today's welcome to the bug, the comedy show that holds up the Medusa of satire to the already immovably concrete face of Medusa. I'm Andy, I bench 480, and I can crack a tree.
Auto drive now enabled.
Can I? Well, what is reality anymore?
Alice, what do you say?
I bench body weights.
Well,
Not my body.
Get out! I'm not messing about!
And they expect us to believe that everyone agrees CTOS is better than not choking on shit mist.
Or maybe they just spent 98% of one specific Londoner who bought shares in Bloom before its tentacles grew into every crevice of the country. I mean, this is not just any old poll, we should say that. This is not any poll. This is an official poll, right from the very heart of government. It's not a knock-off fake poll of an elderly couple and their mangy old dog sitting on a bench waiting to die. This is an official poll.
Disobedience will be met with